Okay, what we had there is kind of a little jungle groove, and I was just free-forming around it in the key of D minor, but what I really want to talk about was the use of delay here. I had kind of a... Now, quite frankly, what I was doing there was just, I was winging it the whole time. I was just jamming along with this track. That's the beauty to having like a little rhythm track like that. But what I want to talk about is the way that delay fills space here. So you have to kind of, if you got a groove going, you have to make sure your delay is set in such a way that it fills the space in the right way, so you're not going against the groove. In this case, it just so happens that I had it dialed in at a good place, which is about right here. It's not too much delay, it's not too little delay, just enough to give you a little bounce. What I was doing in terms of my chords, just so you know, if you want to play along, I was going for a D minor to a G minor, G minor being the first change. And then I went to an A major, sort of an A7th, and what I also did was I went down to the lower version of that. So you're looking at an A, a C, and a D, just playing with those three notes. Now, there's a lot of guys that are a lot better at this than I am. There's people that know how to use devices and echo in a really special way. The classic example is The Edge. And ironically, I'm in a band called The Edge, but we're not nearly as famous as The Edge, the guy in U2. And he obviously used the, that whole... that call and response thing with the echo very well, very effectively. In fact, he's basically built a whole career around that. But what I wanted to get to was, besides doing these three notes down here, I also did. So that's a good way, even though you're repeating the same notes, if you do them in different positions, different voicing, different vibe. And so what I was doing was I was playing that rhythm and then kind of doing some D minor leads in there. Now, again, that's very simple. There's not much going on there, but it's effective over that groove. When you hear it with a little bit more distortion. It's a big fat sound. That has a little bit of mystery to it, just with the throw, with that little bit of delay. So what I really want to encourage you to do, if you have a loop around or a little groove, or if you play with a drummer, you don't necessarily need a bass player or a keyboard player. You can just get with a drummer. I like to do it with just a drummer and a guitar, and kind of work on grooves together, and see if you want to maybe fill it with a little bit of delay, add a little distortion to it, and see what kind of magic you can get going. So that's kind of in the U2 range with a little bit of Santana thrown in, I suppose, as style goes. So that's it. That's our little D minor delay thing. Thank you.
My friend Jimmy has the coolest guitar lessons. Go to jimmydillon.com/free and get all your amazing gifts. He's the best.